A big challenge in parenting and in being a doctor is really how do I instill this drive for physical activity in a child. It can be quite difficult, and some children just are not inclined toward being physically active. But one of the real goals that we have in pediatrics is to be sure that other things are not eating up that precious time that could be used for physical activity. And one of the more common things that destroys that time is media, and media meaning all sorts of electronic enticements. I know the study that was done several years ago was quite surprising in that the average child in the U.S. was shown to have 7 hours of media time every day, and that would include, of course, anything from TVs and iPods to iPads to computer games, so all the electronic gear. So the American Academy of Pediatrics has recommended that we limit media time to 2 hours a day. And of course, that certainly is something that parents can decide themselves how long they think is appropriate, but that was a guideline they gave. So number one is we want to eliminate an excess of media. There are some children who love to read, and reading is not a bad thing. It's a great thing. But again, if you're reading 7 or 10 hours a day, that may be a little much. And so certainly being careful about the excesses is important. The other thing that I found particularly helpful is really example. If we're teaching our children to be active and we're not active ourselves, it's a little bit hypocritical. And I know in my own life, I have always really exercised and done things to stay fit. Not that I'm certainly perfect, but what I found is that my 3 daughters all have become runners. And I never was a runner, but they did see me exercising. And I think that made a big difference because all of them to this day run. So example, I think, is a really important thing. And I think the other thing is getting out and doing some active things as a family. You know, there are tons of things that we can do, hiking, swimming, any number of things that can be active things. And I think those are very appropriate things to do as a family. So those are just some simple thoughts.